sleep, I need peace. What's wrong with me? Mind racing, heart pacing. I feel caged in, I need sleep, that's a fact. Well, ease your mind with Nightcap for the Insomniacs. Lay down, listen deep, breathe with ease. Count sheep, you're at peace, now you're fast asleep.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jasmine Carter, and welcome to Nightcap for the Insomniacs, where I talk to you about random things. It could be funny. It could be boring. It doesn't matter because you can't sleep anyway, and neither can I. I can't sleep. You can't sleep. Now we in here together, okay? I wanted to create something for the people who suffer from sleepless nights. You know, my sleepless nights started back in college when I was getting cheated on. Insert flashback. And this guy, he would just tell me so many lies. You know how like in college when people would be up all night to like study for tests, I would sleep good, baby. I would sleep well. I would get all 8 to 10 hours. I would nap in between. It was lovely. But when I was getting cheated on, man, it would be like he said something so stupid and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I would just obsess about it. Like I remember one time he had a hickey on his neck and I was like, what's that? And then he was like, ah, my neck. This girl bit me at the bar, man. Ah, and I'm like, what? What you mean a girl bit you at the bar? I'm all mad and stuff. I really trusted this man. I know I was stupid. Like I said, I was in college. We started. He was a grown man. I was underage. Somebody get Chris Hansen. Either way, that's what happened. So I'm believing everything he said. I'm not thinking this man is cheating on me because he went to church. Little did I know that they probably are the biggest cheaters. Tell me in the comments if you think that. Have you ever been cheated on by a man who go to church 8 times a week? Just let me know. Or cheated by anybody who go to church 8 times a week. But he's just like, He was like, I was like, what you mean? Why would she bite you in the neck? He was like, I don't know. She just bit me. Like she was a zombie or something. Like he really is saying this like he really believes it. So I believe it. Of course he's saying this stuff like with so much confidence that you start to believe it. So I'm just so upset about it. And I'm like, that don't make any sense. That don't make any sense. He was like, I'm the victim. You really gonna get mad at me because of what she did to me? And he said, you know I bruise easy too. Yeah, this man was dark. Okay? I'm not saying dark like this microphone, but he was very much, you would have to gnaw at his neck for it to bruise. I'm just saying that's what it is. But since then, I had plenty of sleepless nights starting there. And as I got older, you know, anxiety fills your body and you can't sleep or you're anxious about a thing. I can never sleep before a flight. Lord, the flight can be at 3 p.m. and I feel like I'm going to miss it. Okay? I'll be having 75 alarms set. I will wake up at 7 a.m. for a 3 p.m. flight. You know, when you're sad or you're going through things, you just can't sleep. So I want to work through that with y'all. You know what I mean? So this is Nightcap for the Insomniacs, for those who can't sleep. If you just like to listen to people talk before you go to bed. Like I said, it could be interesting. It could be interesting. It could be very boring. It's going to be random. Okay? But first of all, I want you to get in the bed. Get in the bed and turn your phone off. Like if you're listening to this from the phone, y'all didn't see that. Now, if you're listening to this from the phone, close the phone. Unless it's on YouTube, because you know you can't lock the phone on YouTube. Whatever. Turn the brightness down. Turn the brightness down and close your eyes, okay? Let's just close our eyes. Close our eyes. Let's turn off all the lights and just lay there. We're going to take a couple deep breaths and let it out. Take another one. And let it go. Let it go. Let it out. Now, just go to bed, boo. Go to bed. Don't be up thinking about that man. Don't be thinking about that woman. Don't be thinking about that person. They not thinking about you. They sleeping good. And you up here losing sleep over somebody who ain't thinking about you. That is not pee. Okay? That is not pee. So get in the bed. Put on your favorite jammies and put the food down. If you over there eating food, that's why you can't sleep, because you eating the lemon cake at 1 o'clock in the morning. Lay it down. You got the spins because you've been out all night. Lay it down. Have your glass of water right next to you. Turn everything off. Turn off Netflix. It's going to be there tomorrow, okay? Turn off Hulu. Turn off all that. Unless you're watching Supercell, because it's good, child. It's good. Anyway. So, today, look, I can't sleep. I'm just up. And when I'm up, my mind races. Like, I just be having random thoughts in my head, and I just gotta express. So, like, I wake up in the middle of the night and just like pull out a journal and just start writing, and I be like kind of half asleep, but not for real. And then in the morning, it don't make sense. It don't ever make sense. So whatever you're thinking about, it's not making sense right now. You can think about it in the morning. Just lay it down. Go to bed. Go to bed. Maybe you need a whooping. Maybe you need to go to your mom's house or your dad's house, and you need to go cuss at them, and then they need to pull out a belt and just hit you with the belt. I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying we got good rest after a whooping. After that cry, we slept good. So maybe you need that. Maybe you need to flush out all your thoughts before you go to bed. Read a book. Read a book. That'll help you if you can't sleep. Reading is boring. You could get 12 hours of sleep, and then you read a book, and then you immediately get sleepy. Reading not boring. Let me take that back. Reading not boring. It's just, I don't even know, because I like to read now, but it's calming, not boring, calming, to say the least. So if this podcast is not helping, or whatever y'all want to call this, if it's not helping, get a book. I'm reading some good books right now. I don't have them with me right now because I am not a professional, but yeah, you should read that. So let's talk about some things. You know how, like, when people say rest in heaven, how do we know they resting in heaven? How do we know that? What if you don't sleep when you die? What if they have a 9 to 5 and they having security and they got to keep all the demons out and all the bad people? What if that's their job and they work the third shift, and you talking about rest in heaven, grandma, and grandma on the third shift? She is fighting for heaven's life up there. She is keeping it safe, because God can't do everything. Your grandma is out there securing the gates. She's riding around in her golf cart on clouds, and she keeping out all the bad people. I don't know which bad people specifically, but she keeping them out. How do we know that? Like, let them people do their job. What if they salaried in heaven? You know what I mean? What if they gotta reject everybody? You know what I mean? They have an important job, and you just out here telling them to rest, and they can't. But they want to, but they can't. There's too much pressure. And you don't even know, like, how do you know who got into heaven? Do they send out a postcard every week? Because people die all day, every day. Like, is it constantly updating, like like a draft? Like, you know how you be riding on the freeway and you be seeing, like, those electronic billboards when they be like, this amount of people died from tobacco this year, and it just keeps counting? Is that how it go? To just list? And how do you know where you rank? How do you know where you fall in the heaven draft? Like where does Martin Luther King go on the draft? You know what I'm saying? Where does Mother Teresa go? Who's the number one pick? Who is heaven's number one pick? Let's just think about celebrities. Who is heaven's number one pick for, like, 2009? Was Michael Jackson up there? Was he number one? These are things to think about. I'm really asking the important questions out here in these streets. The other thing I want to talk about, like I said, stop thinking about that person, man. Just let it go, bruh. It's hard to let go, but you just gotta let it go. Just let it come in and let it come right back out. You know, it ain't doing you no good. They still ain't gonna call you. You know what I mean? And if they was lying, they gonna lie in the morning. Okay, the least you can do is get your sleep. You hear me? I want to talk about a couple things, and I'm just making this up as I go. What's really bothersome to me, and this keeps me up at night. I feel like in inclusive groups, there's so much. I don't even know the word to say. I feel like there is discrimination in everything. It don't matter what group you belong to. It don't matter if you're a man, you're a woman, you're trans, you're gay, you're Hispanic, you're black, you're white. It don't matter. There's always discrimination. And I feel like a lot of times this keeps people up at night, wanting to be accepted, especially like young people and whatnot, like teenagers and stuff. They want to be liked so bad, but people ain't gonna like you, bruh. And do you like you? That's the only opinion that really matters, is if you like yourself. When you go to bed at night, or when you attempt to go to bed, all you got to worry about is if you like the person that's in the mirror, because you're born with yourself. Even if you got a twin, you're born with yourself, and you're gonna die with yourself. So at the end of the day, you gotta be okay with who you are. I belong to a lot of different groups. And I feel like there's inclusion, but there's still discrimination. You know what I mean? Like, specifically, you can be black, but you ain't the right type of black. Or you too black. Or you ain't black enough. You know what I mean? Oh, you from this specific state, but you ain't from this part. But you from this city, but you ain't from this part of the city. And if you ain't from this part of the city, then we don't really rock with you, even though we from the same place. You a girl, but you ain't girl enough. Like, okay, but you androgynous, but you ain't androgynous enough. You masculine, but you ain't masculine enough. You too feminine to be masculine, you too masculine to be feminine. Recently, I've discovered that, I date guys, I date girls, I'm bi. And I noticed that I was getting a lot of backlash from that. It's like, well, choose one. It don't work like that. And then there's just so much projections, and we over here listening to it, and that's determining how we move through life, and that don't make no sense. Everybody's projection is about them and their personal belief, and ain't got nothing to do with you. And you up here thinking about it, trying to change who you are to fit in, when you ain't gonna never fit in. You short, but you ain't short enough. You tall, but you ain't tall enough. You strong, but you ain't strong enough. That's just what humans do. They discriminate against everything. And you know what's crazy about it? Unpopular opinion. I don't care. I don't care. Like me, don't like me, whatever. You ain't gotta like everything. I am a firm believer in, you don't have to like anything about me, but you do not get to harm me or disrespect me. But also, you can't change how people view you. You can't make people accept you. You can't make your family accept you. You can't make your job accept you. You can't make your friends accept you. You can't make your partner accept you. You cannot make this world accept you. But you know what you can do? Go in places where you are accepted. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Let this simmer in your spirit. You can't make nobody accept you. But you know what you could do? you can go to places where you are accepted, because there are people that's just like you. They just like you, and they love every part of you. But you just got to go there. You got to remove yourself. You don't have to belong to these groups. Yeah, you was born into the family, but that don't mean that got to be the family that you have for the rest of your life. Let it go. Are you up here losing sleep, wondering if you fit in or not? And you don't, and you're not supposed to. Nobody fits in. No one person is alike. And that's the beauty in it. That's the beautiful part in it. That's what we love about you. But you got to love it about yourself first. If you want to be accepted, you want to start attracting those groups of people that accept you for you, that love you for you, you got to do it with yourself first. Okay? Like, specifically myself, I spent my whole life not being accepted, not fitting in, and not being chose. And by that, I mean, like, not like in gym class, but like my biological mother gave me up for adoption. My dad got custody, but he really wasn't a good father. He wasn't choosing me. The boys didn't like me. Nobody liked me like that. They weren't choosing me first, right? And I embodied that. And that showed itself in my adult life. So I kept finding myself with friends and family members who weren't choosing me, but also I never chose myself. So how do I expect people to choose me if I never chose me? How do I expect me to attract the people who adore me, who love me, who want me in their life if I don't want that for myself? If I'm sitting here putting my value in someone else's hands? How that's supposed to work? I don't know, child. It don't work. It don't work. You just gonna keep attracting the same amount of people. But once you choose you and choose what's best for you and remove yourself from those things that aren't serving you, and you actually go to bed at night and you start eating better and you start working out and just overall choosing yourself and choosing your happiness and the things that you want to do, you will attract every single thing you're supposed to have. And then you ain't gonna have no more sleepless nights, child. You're gonna be sleeping well. They're gonna be like, "Ooh, girl, you had luggage under your eyes." Ain't no more luggage. You just catching flights, no baggage. Period. As it should be. That was on my heart to tell y'all. I think I'm gonna wrap it up soon, but hopefully that gave y'all some type of relief in your mind. I'm not sure what y'all going through specifically, but I know that you up tonight. So if you made it this far and that was interesting and that sizzled in your spirit and you starting to get tired, here goes a very boring random topic for you. People like to choose cats over dogs, saying that dogs are dirty. And you don't need to wash your cat because cats clean themselves. Y'all are disgusting. And don't eat food at those people's houses. Animals, by nature, are just, they're kind of dirty. That's just what they are. You know what I mean? Cats clean themselves all day. Yeah, but so do dogs. Dogs lick themselves all day. They're doing the same thing a cat does. The difference between the dog and the cat is what's depending on the dog. My dog goes outside. She pees outside. I wipe her paws. She is clean. She gets baths regularly. Y'all will go years without cleaning your cat. Your cat pees in a litter box and take its litter box paws and puts it all over the house. It's disgusting. That's pee, poop, feces, whatever, feline aids, just all over the house. And y'all just like, "Oh, it's clean. It's clean." No, it's not. You can't train a cat. You can't. They cannot be trained. They cannot be domesticated. There's no such thing as a house cat. It's a cat that's in the house who wants to go outside and kill everything. Cats are killers. That's what they do. They would kill you if they could. They just kill for fun. Tigers be killing stuff. They just whippy. This is fun. And y'all choose dogs over cats. Dogs are loyal. Dogs attack people too. That's true. But also, cats attack way more people, and we just laugh it off like, ah, it's just a cat. It's giving domestic violence. It is part of your family. It's hurting you. It is giving domestic violence, and you don't love yourself if you deal with the cat on a regular. I love cats, but I don't really rock with cats. You know how many people got randomly bit by a cat and they died? You know, like when your cat sleeps on your face, they're trying to kill you. And also, random fact: when you die, and I mean immediately, as soon as your heart stops, the cat will eat you. They're not going to wait a couple days. They're not going to mourn. They are going to eat you immediately. Immediately, they're going to eat you. Immediately, they're going to eat you, starting with your face. With your face. They're going to eat you starting with your face, because in the wild, cats eat you because they don't want a predator to eat you, which I guess that means love. But if you die with a house full of cats, you will be gone. Your family will be traumatized. So consider that. You know? Consider that. The dog will eat you as its last resort. You know? And also, fun fact, when people are allergic to dogs, it's not that they are allergic to the fur. They're allergic to the saliva that comes off of the fur. Because, you know, the dogs lick themselves all day. They're allergic to the saliva of the dog. It's not really the fur. It's the saliva. These are just random facts that I'm just tossing out about animals because when I couldn't sleep, when I was younger, I would watch Animal Planet. And that was very soothing, very interesting, but it put me right to sleep. So hopefully this is putting you to sleep with these random facts. What else about cats? They're very good communicators, man. And when they bring you dead stuff, it's not really a gift. They just think you're dumb. They think you dumb and you don't know how to hunt. So they're teaching you how to hunt. But dogs, it's like you're the alpha. You're here's a gift for you. But also here's the thing. Stop getting dogs as super young puppies. Stop it. Stop it right now, okay? Do you understand you are causing more harm? I don't know a single person who has had their dog from a puppy whose dog doesn't jump all over people. And it'd be the biggest dogs. Y'all are taking the dogs too early. I don't know if you have some type of God complex and you want to raise it from a pup, but you're taking it from its mother too early. You will cut down the training in half if you leave the puppy with the mother for a while. Because you take the dog away and now the dog don't know how to socialize. The mother will correct it. It'll snarl, it'll growl at it and get it together. So you don't have to. So you don't have to spend all this money on puppy training and all of those things. You still gonna have to like house training and all those things, but as far as like jumping on people and doing too much, leave it with the mother. I got Cookie. She was 3 years old. She does not jump on people. She doesn't over socialize with dogs. She just real chill. And I was watching my friend dog for a little bit, and she had a puppy, and the first dog he ever socialized with was with Cookie, and Cookie got him together. He is one of one dog out of all the dogs that I've known people had since puppies for years who doesn't jump on people, who doesn't do all that extra stuff. And I like to say that Cookie is a part of that. So, all right. I didn't want this to be hella long, so hopefully you are sound asleep. If you are, just go ahead and dream good dreams. I'm going to do the ASMR thing. Oh, I don't like that. If you're on your way to sleep, just go ahead and close your eyes. You're going to take a couple deep breaths. You're going to let it go. Let it go. You're going to do that a couple times. Just going to slow that breathing down. Just know that anxiety is in your head. You cannot control the future. You cannot control the future. All you can control is you and how you react right now Everything is out of your control. Stop overthinking everything. Just let it go. What's gonna be will be. Whether you panic about it or not, just let it go. Close your eyes, get some rest. Know that you are valuable. Know that you are loved. Know that you are somebody. Know that you are special. And know that you're one of a kind. And if you don't know that, keep listening to that part over and over again until you start to believe it. And when you wake up, say it to yourself in the mirror. Get a journal. Write down all the things you're grateful for. It doesn't matter if you don't got no money, if if your job is acting up, your relationship is falling apart, you were blessed in some type of way. Okay, maybe you don't have the amount of money you want to have, but you got a roof over your head. You were grateful. You were blessed. There's a lot of people who don't have roofs over their head right now. Okay, maybe you're not eating the types of food you want to eat, but you are fed. You're not starving. And that is a blessing. All right, maybe you don't have the car. Maybe the car got a dent in it, but you know what? You can get from A to B, and that is something to be grateful for. Think about what you do have. Be grateful for what you do have. And just because you don't have it right now doesn't mean that you won't have. Be grateful for the things you have today, and be grateful for the things you will have tomorrow. And get some rest. I love you. Jasmine Carter, out.
Day 3, no sleep. I need peace. What's wrong with me? Mind racing, heart pacing. I feel caged in. I need sleep. That's a fact. Well, ease your mind with Nightcap for the Insomniacs. Lay down, listen deep, breathe with ease. Count sheep, you're at peace. Now you're fast asleep.